pretty light week, I think. Is there anything you want to talk about, Drum, or any notable news or whatever from the last week?
It's been a crazy busy week for me. So I don't have a lot new.
Okay, no big deal.
Not much new. Yeah.
Did we have any pips? I know there was
Yeah, S&B Backbones got their 25 and they posted it to Zip Draft. So I think
That's
today
right.
was just a read through of that.
Sweet.
Yeah, we have a good draft.
What's that?
I don't.
Yeah, we have a good draft that we can go over.
Yeah. The only update I have is that adjacent but still applicable is I did an interview with Glenn Kennedy, our foundation director. And even though that was for the Sandbox DAO podcast, he's our foundation director. So I feel like that's pretty applicable to us. And anybody who wants to know anything about foundation companies, check that out because it's applicable to us.
Oh, you did a recent one. Is that what you posted? I thought it was an old one.
Yeah. No, I interviewed
Cool.
him this past week.
Sweet. How'd that go?
That went really well. I basically needed a lot of questions about what does it look like on his end for being a director? What does he look for? What's success to him? And I think so. It was the end of a 7-part series. We talked to lawyers and all sorts of stuff, and the director was the last one I needed.
Awesome. Yeah, I personally watched a few of those, so that's cool. I'll have to give it a watch.
Yeah, I think this one's probably one of the most helpful ones because it's more down to earth for us, I think. Whereas
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the lawyer one, but that one was legal stuff unless you're just crazy into DAOs like I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Other than that,
Cool.
the ecosystem refresh, I got about halfway done with it. I meant to get it all done by today, but had some life responsibilities that I had to prioritize. So I think I can probably get it done by the end of this week. Have it in y'all's hands. So I'll post the link to the ecosystem or the council chambers so you all can look at it and then we can review it next weekend.
Perfect. The only update I have is we got another Iris Bounty application, Star Atlas Meetup Valencia. So that's looking really good. I have to just finalize. You know what? I'll have we can talk about that just to freckle later in the meeting, and I'll give you guys my recommendation, and then I can get that to those guys. So that's
I'm gonna
cool.
be
We've
assisting
had.
to that one.
Are you?
Yeah.
Because where was it? I can't remember.
In
Well, I don't
Valencia,
know where Valencia. I don't know where Valencia is. What country is that even in?
in Spain.
In Spain. Cool.
We need to get you out of the US, bro.
I know, right? I should probably get my passport.
We might have to increase that Iris bounty though.
Maybe. Cool. So it sounds like it's a pretty light week. Do you guys just want to go over that Skull and Bones pip draft?
Yeah, I
that
think
would be
it's good.
lovely.
Cool. Hopefully the other two guys show up. I don't know if they will or not, but it's always nice to have a few more eyes on it. So yeah, if you want to, let's do that. Let me find it. I don't think people realize the amount of Discord channels that we have to manage here. So pip drafts, Rogue Data Hub, 4 days ago. Want me to do we like the reading through it method?
Yeah,
Me
I thought
actually
that was
reading
really
it.
helpful because as you read
Okay.
through it, then we could each like have our comments, and I'm writing them down as we talk about it. So when Carlos says,
Okay.
I think this should be done or that should be done, I'm writing that down, and then between me copy pasting that into their thread, and then Carlos pasting his own notes, and you and I, we get them the whole review at that point. I think that works.
Okay. I like it too. I mean, I didn't at first, but I think it's pretty necessary.
Yeah.
We'll just
Carlos, what do
get
you think?
into it then. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I second that.
Okay, cool. All right.
All right.
Well, we'll just start then, so we're not dragging on. The Rogue Data Hub. So the summary is the Rogue Data Hub (RDH) proposes the creation of a community-operated data infrastructure for Star Atlas. That's worded a little bit wrong. I think they need to add one word, but this initiative aggregates, normalizes, and distributes game-related data through an open and collaborative framework. It empowers developers, analysts, and community members with reliable, structured, and timely access to decoded on-chain data. Sounds like a good summary without knowing what it's actually 100% about.
Aggregates,
Well, I do,
normalizes.
but
Yeah, I don't think I have a
Yeah,
problem
I
with
think
that. It's sufficient enough.
Drum.
that summary is definitely missing the overall financial information they're asking. How much are they asking? That
You
is
are
always
right.
something that ideally needs
Did
to be
you?
at
You
the summary.
like that in there.
I think it's very important.
But
Yeah, and
we
you
we
told
have a
them
cost
that.
section for that though.
No, it
So,
needs to be
so
in
the
the
idea is
summary.
that someone reading the summary could vote just with that if they like the idea and they think it's not a crazy amount for that idea. And then if they want to dig in, they can, you can read all the, but the summary should include, all the most basic information about the whole paper.
I don't think that's what we should all rely on. Just the summary.
Oh, that's a different ball of wax. I think all of us would agree that people shouldn't just rely on that.
What I mean
But
is
here
No,
we
they
we are.
shouldn't
shouldn't
just rely on
we
that,
shouldn't
but the
reward that.
summary should be a summary, and it's not a summary if you don't know how you are asking for funds and you're not saying how much you're asking. I think that's ridiculous.
It's
Yeah,
absolutely in there under the cost and resource allocation section.
but it's not under the summary.
It doesn't have to be.
It should be,
I think
as it has been in every other
That doesn't
PIP.
mean it has to be there.
that means we
Well,
can make it.
that means
We
that
can.
I want it to be there.
I would agree with
I
that.
don't want that in there. Are we also gonna make them put in how long they want it, like the period of performance?
Not necessarily. We know
Okay,
it's up to a year.
I guess it
I think
doesn't
it's overkill.
hurt to have it in there, right?
If you
I
go
mean,
to any other proposal in the past, it's just a very, it's just a couple of words about how much they're actually asking. And I think that makes a paramount impact on whether you want to keep reading or not.
do we have it in the knowledge base?
I'm pretty sure. I mean, we've talked about it 8,000 times.
Yeah, but there's a difference between us talking about it where someone may have heard it, maybe, and then it being
Yeah,
in the
yeah, yeah. But you're
instructions.
asking me what I think about the PIP, and I'm giving you what I think. I like it to have the full amount there.
If it's not in the
Okay,
knowledge base, it needs to be.
I agree. If it's in the knowledge base, then okay. But if that's a comment every single time, but it's not in the knowledge base, then I think we're doing them a disservice.
Mhm.
All right, Carlos, I put
I'm-
missing the full amount requested for this PIP. How's that?
Yeah, yeah.
we
That's
already
what I normally wanted to include. Doesn't need details or faces or anything like that. Just like, yeah, we're asking $10,000 to do this. Boom. It's very simple. That's what I in my head the summary should be.
gave him that feedback in the first comment underneath this draft. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
they are aware of it.
All right, all done.
Okay.
So
So
the knowledge base, all it says is provide a succinct overview of the proposal in a few sentences. Clearly state the main action or change being proposed. So yeah, the knowledge base doesn't put that as a requirement, but me in my feedback, that's something that I normally want to know already without having to dig deep into the PIP to find out. And basically, the reason why I like this is because too many times in the past this has been somehow obscured and separated, and it's been a problem in the past.
Okay.
So I think it's not crazy to ask for that. if they know it.
Yeah, I would say we add it to the knowledge base as a requirement under the summary.
Yeah, I agree. If we do that, Carlos, then my objection will disappear.
And I wouldn't stop a peep from moving to vote because of that, but I will always give that feedback. So I'm just giving it
Oh,
again.
my bad. Lo siento. I thought you were saying it shouldn't proceed. Okay, my fault.
No, no, no. I'm giving feedback.
Okay,
And
then
this is what I
disregard.
would like to see because I
That's your
think it just
feedback. Okay, all right, got it.
rounds it up.
Okay,
Yeah, it's
good to
nothing I
go.
would put my foot down on. It's just something I would really like to see. That's all.
All right, then. Sorry, never mind. Disregard what I said.
I still think we make it a requirement and add it to the knowledge base.
Now
All right,
you are the pushy
motivation.
one, you see?
I
Yep.
know. Motivation.
Okay, we're going to move on. Motivation. Currently, there's no unified accessible source for comprehensive Star Atlas game data. Developers and analysts struggle to gather accurate information, resulting in inconsistencies across tools and dashboards. RDH solves this by offering a central community curated platform to democratize access to reliable data, enabling a richer ecosystem of tools, insights, and decision making. Like good motivation to me.
I feel like the only thing that should add here is the reason why that there is no unified accessible source is because Flipside has disappeared. Like the motivation
Well, they
to do this.
were doing this before
No,
Flipside.
yeah, I think just I don't think this has anything to do with Flipside because that's not
Yeah.
what they are creating. What they are creating is an API of already shoot up data about the Star Atlas in Solana to be
That's not
implemented in
my.
any different ways. A Flipside could have been one, but it could be implemented in an app that you're developing or pulling requests for different stuff. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
I'm pretty sure the
Did that make
reason
sense?
why
I'm not I'm
they
not
did
extremely
this.
technical on this side.
All right, I'm gonna request this part of my feedback then, and that'll be that. Adding sign. Okay. If do y'all have any comments on it?
No, I don't know enough about this technical stuff. I just know that data needs pulled and it's expensive and they don't want to be duplicating efforts. So that's part of
Yeah,
that.
so basically all the data is on chain because this is a crypto thing, and there's different ways to pull certain information and what they want to do. Every time that someone pulls for that information, it takes resources, that incurs in money spent, and there's different projects pulling the same information in different ways all over the place, and what they want to is compile all this in one API that we can all use and have in open source and have people build on top of that.
Yeah. Okay. All right, I'm good.
Specification, key concepts, backbones, a trusted group of contributors responsible for maintaining the RDH infrastructure. They oversee the deployment and upkeep of indexers, processors, and APIs for each Star Atlas program. Backbones also moderate contribution channels and may receive optional stipends if performance back benchmarks, i.e. uptime, are met.
I don't know what any of that
Okay.
means.
So key concepts,
Something about someone's
backbones.
getting stipends. So stipend will be like a
Yeah.
monetary, like a little payment. So someone's getting a
Yeah.
payment for doing something.
This group of people
I
is
don't know.
called the backbones, a trusted group of contributors responsible for maintaining the infrastructure.
Rogue
They
Data
oversee the
Hub.
development and upkeep of indexers, nerdy stuff.
Yeah,
That group
this
of
is a very
people,
technical explanation of backbones is the team
right?
Okay,
Okay.
but the team
proposing
may
the
get
fee.
optional stipends. Okay, so I guess I should see some sort of like thing for that in the cost section then.
Hopefully, we will see it when we
Okay,
get there.
all
I
right.
don't
I
know.
mean, okay, I don't know what it all means, but
Me neither.
I guess
So
it's fine.
backbones is the team creating the PIP and the team that is going to
Right.
be managing the PIP, and they are just describing what they are doing in that concept.
Okay, and if they meet key performance benchmarks, they might receive a little bonus.
So
Okay, got it.
when they mention backbones in the future in the PIP, we know that is them, is a team.
This is
Right,
more
right,
of
right.
a
Because it used to be
like
called
a
Backbones, and now it's called Rogue Data Hub. Oh, so Rogue Data Hub in the next bullet is the thing, and Backbones is a team. Okay, got it.
Yeah, this is just the key concepts. So when they refer to these names in the future in the PIP, you know what they're talking about.
Their branding is on point. I'll give them that.
Yeah.
Bunch of pirates. Okay.
okay. So that's good. RDH is a centralized community-driven system that indexes, processes, stores, and exposes structured data from the Star Atlas ecosystem. Cool.
That is very eloquent. Eloquent.
So,
All right.
Indexer continuously retrieves transaction signatures from the Solana blockchain for supported Star Atlas programs. Cool.
Cool. Cool.
Processor fetches full transaction data and converts it into structured human readable records. Cool. Now I know. Database, program specific storage layers such as the Star Atlas database and marketplace database where process data is organized and stored. Self-explanatory.
Beautiful.
API, a RESTful service. I don't know if that's a play on words. Exposing processed data to external users in JSON and OHLC formats.
So
Cool.
basically, what it's saying is that this API already had pulled all the information and has it compiled there.
Cool.
Okay.
I
Carlos, are
would
you like a developer?
probably.
What was that?
Do you have like a developer background?
Who, me?
Yeah. Do you understand all this?
Well, no, I don't have a development background. I've just been 4 years in this community.
Oh,
And
gotcha.
that's all
Okay.
it takes.
All right. I'm sorry, Emperor. You were saying?
I think instead of, and this isn't a deal breaker, just some personal feedback. Instead of calling it key concepts, maybe
Yep.
you call that like definitions.
Yep. Yep. Please. Because I was like, backbones. What are backbone? And then I didn't realize that, oh, this is a definition. It's a bunch of
Yeah.
definitions. Okay, I
I
just
might
looked it
just
up in our knowledge base, and it says definitions of key terms or concepts.
Correct.
So I just put recommend they change it to key terms. And I think that'll
there we go.
do it.
That would clarify a lot.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Proposed features: JSON and OHLC, open, high, low, close. Okay. Formatted data support for time series visualization. Cool. I'm assuming that means
We're
something to
learning a lot.
somebody. I'm reading a lot, but end-to-end data pipeline, Solana blockchain to indexer to processor to DB to API.
Database.
Yeah.
Structured schema for data entries based on JSON.
Okay.
Modular
JSON's like a
design
script, I
enabling.
think.
Yeah, I'm not. Modular design enabling independent indexing of Star Atlas programs, e.g., marketplace, fleet governance. REST API endpoints modeled after existing patterns like get price, get trades, etc. Public channels moderated by backbone contributors, and open discussion and data sourcing via Discord.
So
Okay.
basically, what I can take from these proposed features as a normal reader without a huge background is that they are compiling and segregating the information, and they are submitting it in formats that are very easy to and very universal. So you can then include them in whatever you need the information for.
Yeah.
Okay.
REST is representational state transfer application programming interface, designing network applications. And then JSON is like it's a JavaScript object notation, lightweight format that's easy for humans and machines to read. All right, so yeah, basically what I think Carlos just said.
Yeah.
And then they're
So
gonna
the
have public channels though.
and I'm assuming that's via their Discord, and then open discussion and data sourcing via Discord.
I think they should probably spell that out
Yeah. Yeah, what public
Guys,
channels
this
and
is
where.
just a standard.
It's
What
what
did you say,
that?
Carlos?
Just a moment, guys, please.
Oh,
Just a moment, guys. What?
JSON is just a standard way. I'm a developer, so
okay.
it is just a standard way how everyone can communicate with that kind of tools, and it's the most common used. I mean about the RESTful APIs, and also very key point that World said yesterday is that data should be decoded. What I mean, and he means, Suwana, when we communicate with the programs, we need to create an instance of the program from our service to be able to decode Suwana data from binary format to some kind of readable data, like uh, that kind of JSON format. The idea is the output of this JSON to be in human readable format. So it is decoded data from Suwana data to some kind of human readable format. To not
Okay.
be needed, we as developers to initialize uh, Swana programs to be able to use the data, because there is a lot of programs. I mean, the marketplace program, the Sage program, and we should keep an instance of that program to be able to decode the data before we use it.
Okay.
So it's very key point uh, in that points which you are writing right now. It should be already decoded.
Cool. So this would do that.
That
Okay.
will save a
And
lot of resources for any developer and tool that we are preparing for
And
doing.
and
awesome.
Descartes, are you part of the Backbones team?
Just for a concept, I'm providing to know what your
Gotcha. Okay, thank you. It's like our
no,
uh,
I'm just in the developers API program, and I'm
got it.
in the meetings. So I was
Okay,
Okay.
yesterday when
thanks.
Wardo provide his arguments.
Got it.
Cool.
Cool.
Awesome. Thanks
Thanks.
for that input.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, I think if they provide us with what channels and the Discord information, I think that would be helpful.
Okay.
I think people will want to know that. What Drum, do you think this, like, what are your thoughts on that? Because this is a little two little bullet points, but I think that people are going to have questions. Do you think we need more, or what are your thoughts?
Well, I'm not sure yet. It depends how this is structured to work. Because as far as I understand, you can have those discussions in Discord or whatever you want, but the goal here is the API. So you have that connection to fetch the data.
Okay.
The other
Okay.
stuff is just the way they communicate now with the community to keep expanding on it. So
Okay.
I don't know if they necessarily need to have this already figured out before the funding, but if you guys think it's probably good feedback.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
in
I
part, I
don't.
just put
I
down
think it would
recommend.
just.
I
Yeah,
put down
I think
recommend
it's
inputting
just
what
more of
public
a
channels.
more of a recommendation, just from a. It's not a requirement, but maybe like just, hey, it would probably be good for you to do this to answer questions before their questions.
I put recommend inputting what public channels and which Discord.
Perfect.
I think
Not a
that'll.
requirement.
Yeah, everything
Recommendation.
that we've been saying, I just put recommend in front of it.
Perfect. Okay, we good to move on?
Yeah.
Okay. implementation details, MVP focus. The first MVP will support the marketplace program, so the exchanges, indexing transaction data related to trades, token movement, and pricing. Subsequent versions will expand to other Star Atlas Solana programs listed at Star Atlas mainnet program ID, such as fleet governance and profiles. Oh, so the minimal viable product, the first MVP will support. Okay, so they're going to start with that,
with this mainnet program IDs.
with this marketplace program. They're going to write that one first, and then they will expand to other ones such as fleet governance and profiles.
Fleet.
So they're going to focus on the money first.
All right, I'm a little lost. So we see the mainnet program IDs here. Indexing data related to trades, token movement, and pricing. So is there one called pricing? No. So then marketplace. So the galactic marketplace, I assume.
Yeah, the galactic marketplace.
So just this one.
That's the
Oh,
first.
that's right. I remember them explaining this to me right before they submitted this PIP when we were still doing it with SegWit. That each one of these addresses is its own program, like its own smart contract,
Mhm.
and you have to go in and like your team has to analyze the data, extract it, and make sure that the coding is all correct so that it is human readable. So every single
Right.
one of these requires their own like custom solution.
Mhm. So they're just
Okay.
saying we're going to start with the minimal viable product of
Yeah.
the marketplace information and then expand to fleets, governance, and profiles.
See, Soul Walker Lordo, if you're listening, I did hear you. I've retained at least a little bit. So then the rest of these fleet governance profiles. Okay. I guess the only part that was unclear is that maybe just reference mainnet program IDs and galactic marketplace rather than me kind of trying to intuit that marketplace means that and then fleet means what? Fleet rentals? Fleet something?
Just
Multiple
fleets,
fleets?
all things fleet.
Okay. So then of these 20 things, they only intend to do like 4 of them, I guess.
Guys, can I say something more
Sure.
Yes.
about? Yes, maybe the galactic marketplace is a part of the MVP, but it's not so big as a program. And from other point, uh, it's easy to be made, but how to say, the most important is the Sage
Okay.
as a program. It
So they
is
didn't
maybe
list
the
that
most
here.
complex, and maybe there is bigger value because the only things which are developed as some kind of programs on top of that, it is there's small amount of marketplace bots on the market which are working, but more there is more things and more complex things on the top of Sage program.
Okay.
Okay.
That's good to know.
I put
Thank you.
recommend
Yes,
renaming
just as a
marketplace.
context.
I said recommend renaming marketplace program exchanges to galactic marketplace and under the mainnet program IDs. That way I know that that's what they're talking about and it's word for word so I can pinpoint this thing. That fleet governance profiles. There's a bunch of profiles.
Fleets,
2 or 3.
governance, profiles.
Okay, so I guess
And then go ahead.
and then I guess I'd recommend specifying that of the how many are these? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 21. 21 in the mainnet. That of the 21 in mainnet program IDs, how many you'll be doing in MVP1, and so on.
So I guess maybe the moral of this story is a little more information, just a little more robust information and clarification. And I don't know anything about any of this, but Picker was saying about the Sage. If he's saying it, I'd wonder if other people would be interested. But again, that's probably above our scope for what we're doing. Maybe something to keep in mind
Well,
for you guys.
this is the I think this is the challenge of the PIP, that this PIP is extremely technical.
Yeah.
So we don't need to vet the technical side. We just
Right.
need to vet the structure and what it has and what it doesn't. But at the same time, they gotta make sure that, as you know, a regular police voter like us can understand what they're doing. So
Yeah.
it would be good before the implementation details, just to have a more simple way to explain what they are doing.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's possible because it's extremely technical.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. I mean, just specifying which ones, because when they say profile, I don't know if that means player profile, profile vault, profile faction, or all three of them. So how many are we doing? I guess.
Yeah. And they might talk about it later on in this one. I don't know, but I don't want to spend a ton of time on this.
Well,
I think
the
we're all
bigger
kind of
thing, I think the bigger thing here that Carlos might be interested in is they mentioned one MVP. So how many MVPs are they doing, and does that mean we need a comprehensive PIP?
The first question is, what is MVP again?
No. How many MVPs are they doing? I can't tell from here. Just says the
I know, but
first
what is an MVP again?
minimal viable product.
MVP. Okay. So they're
Yeah.
saying they're going to use the market data, the indexes,
They're going to
They're
do
gonna
but
at
they can
least
MVP.
do
expand onto
that.
more but they can expand in the future into more detailed data of the Star Atlas programs per player with the
It
program
doesn't
IDs.
say. It just says subsequent versions will expand. I don't know if that means this PIP intends for that to be subsequent versions. I'm not really sure.
Right. Yeah.
So maybe that's
So
the
if you guys are
clarification.
listening, if you guys are listening, it might be good for you to head off some questions before their questions.
fine.
So my only observation there would be that the subsequent versions that will expand into the Star Atlas Solana programs listed at Star Atlas main program IDs, are these going to be part of this PIP in a later stage, or are these new PIPs in the future?
Right. I would agree.
Say that one more time,
That's the
Carlos.
only-
And are the subsequent versions part of this PIP or future PIPs?
Correct.
Like,
Thank
is
you.
the only thing we're going to get from this PIP the marketplace program?
Okay.
And again, they might go over this later in the deal.
Yeah,
but-
and then I can delete that.
Yeah.
All right, good to go.
Okay, so the system architecture, the RDH operates as a real-time pipeline with the following flow. Oh, I'm excited about reading more of this. Indexer, signature database, processor, data extraction, program-specific databases. So like the Star Atlas database and the marketplace database. The API layer serves decoded data. Okay. System architecture.
Yeah, they're explaining
Okay.
developers the different layers they are doing and how they're organizing it. So
Perfect.
I don't think we're going to have a lot of the feedback on this part.
Nope.
Looks good.
The API exposes only processed data, including decoded player token exchange information. Indexers hold both historical and real-time data. Processors generate structured output. Process
I got
records are
nothing.
stored. A public API provides access to real-time human readable data. Cool. Sounds awesome.
Yep. Sounds good.
Stakeholder impact. So the positive impacts to the DAO stakeholders. So developers, they get to gain structured access to reliable data for apps and dashboards. Analysts get to perform consistent evaluations with trustworthy data sets. DAO members, they can make informed decisions using transparent decoded data, and the general community gets access to dashboards, bots, and visualizations built on RDH. Those are very
Does
positive.
that mean we get visualizations for us? That's what it sounds like.
Well, we have access to the data now organized and chewed up, and then we can use it to do a dashboard, or if we wanted to do our own thing now, we just have to use this API, and it would be super easy. Any Web2 developer could help us with that.
I don't know how to do that.
Nope. We'd have to have somebody do that, but somebody has access. DAO members have access to it, so
Okay. So it
that's a
sounds
positive
like
impact.
some we're getting this make informed decisions using transparent decoded data and then access dashboard bots and visualizations. Okay, I guess
Built on the
it's a little
backboard.
bit difficult for me to understand what exactly that impact is. Like, does that mean that we still have to do a bunch of work to make that to get that
When you
informed
when you
decision?
say when you say we, are you talking about the council or the DAO at large?
But each of these, so developers gain structured access, analysts
So they gain
perform
access.
consistent evaluations with trustworthy data sets. DAO members is probably the one I was just talking about. Make informed decisions using transparent decoded data.
That's assuming somebody builds a tool on top of the RDH
Yeah, but
backbone.
also we have
Okay.
the RDH, which is the how do they call the rogue
Rogue data
Data
hub.
hub.
data hub, where we might have some of this data available.
Okay. I think
So
it
the
seems
data,
nice to list it. I just don't know.
So from with what they saying here, they're gonna have dashboards and bots and visualizations built on their interface.
Okay.
Rogue Data Hub.
Yeah, I think it reads well. I just don't think it really gives me a lot of information to make a decision on. It's great. It's great
yeah,
marketing.
yeah, yeah. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, I guess there's nothing wrong with it. All
From
right,
a
let's keep going.
from yeah, we're not the one writing it, so I would probably do it a little bit differently, probably like you would if I was writing this as a grant application, but it's all good. It meets our requirements.
Yeah, I
They
guess so.
listed impacts. So they did list potential challenges. So backbones, the team, responsibility for continuous maintenance and uptime. That is a challenge. And then the core team, potential overlap with official Star Atlas APIs or internal data services.
Okay.
Yep.
I really like the fact that they have challenges here. My immediate question is, who is the core team? That wasn't in the key terms.
That is backbones.
No, backbones is backbones, right? They have core team underneath that.
Mm-hmm. I'm not
It's the actual
exactly.
developers.
Well, they have it as
Potential overlap.
two different points.
Yeah, but what would you like for this?
In-
Do you want them to list the names, or what you're asking for?
Like, what is the core team? That's it. They introduced a new term, and it has something to do with overlapping APIs and internal data services.
The
So
It's
overlap
that
is
just not.
because Star Atlas already pulls all this thing, and Star Atlas already pulls all this information. The thing is that Star Atlas is not sharing this because there's some part of those information that they don't want to share,
so you
and they
think
are
they
not
might be
investing the
meaning
time
Star
in
Atlas core
lifting
team?
and organizing all this.
yes,
Okay, so
guys,
the
that's
core. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry,
that
go ahead.
Sandy say yesterday is because this information is prepared for internal analytics for the team, and but a part of that could be useful and could be done to be pre- provided, but not in that way how it is. So he's not the part of this team, so he cannot say in detail, but it's something that could be thinking around. Also about the impact that will happen is all these tools which we are preparing as developers, as community developers, will have a reduced cost to the RPCs which the Star Atlas is provided to us for free access. So
Okay.
we will all the developers will reduce their resource cost to the RPC.
Okay, that makes sense. So it'll, yeah. Okay, I think I figured out this. When they say core team, they should put core autonomous team or core Star Atlas team. So
Yeah,
the
I made that
challenge is to
recommendation.
backbones, and the challenge is with the Star Atlas team. That's what
Yeah.
core team is.
Okay. Alright, I put that down.
Cool.
My
Okay.
note was just to clarification and difference between core team and backbones.
Yeah. So it sounds
Love
like
it.
we all said the same thing then. I'm gonna add us to all
We
that.
figured it out. Okay. Okay. Timeline, start date within 2 weeks of approval.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
I like that. Milestones, week 1, backbone team formed, week 3, schema. Am I saying that right? Schema,
Schema,
and
yeah.
documentation published. So cool. Week
Yep.
5, indexer and processor minimal viable product operational.
Okay.
Indexer, processor, MVP. Okay. Week 8, public API released. Ryugi.
Yep.
Nice.
Dependencies, reliable Solana RPC, gRPC endpoints, Star Atlas, Iron Forge to keep costs low. Ryugi. Availability of contributor bandwidth. That is a dependency. Cloud hosting and monitoring setup. Okay. I'm not sure
Yeah.
that dependencies is under timeline, but I guess it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it is part.
Maybe.
It's part. I think
Okay.
Is it?
because it's
Let me
what can
check.
delay that, right?
Timeline,
Oh,
yeah.
it can. These things can delay the timeline.
Yeah,
Okay.
Can
it
have an
is listed
impact.
under section 7 on the knowledge base.
Okay.
I've got
I'm
nothing.
fine with it. Nope. Cost and resource allocation, one-time costs for the MVP, indexer plus processor framework deployment or development, $2,000. Database plus API deployment, $500. Documentation, open API specification, 0. Domain name, $200 for 5 to 10-year domain registration. So does that mean they're creating its own domain for this Backbones
Yeah, looks like
program?
they're going to create their own website for it, and the domain name
Yeah,
is just
that's what they are. That's where the RDH will be.
RDH?
yeah,
The
like
rogue data hub.
rogueddatahub.org
Okay, so
or whatever .io,
okay.
whatever they
Sorry,
want.
grandpa here, not knowing certain things. But okay.
Domain, yeah, just domain is just like your website.
Okay. Well, I did know that one. I did know that one. Okay.
So I think automatically it's
One-time
missing the
cost.
total cost. Where's the total
Yep.
cost? Oh, that's at the bottom, very, very bottom. Okay, never mind. Keep going.
Okay. Requiring discussion with community. Bounty for onboarding a new Star Atlas program. Set reward per program. Maybe even already find contributor for each. That needs cleaned up a little bit. The wording, the language, but okay. I don't know what that. So they're going to put out a bounty to do a new Star Atlas program. Set reward. Okay.
Maybe even already find contributor for each.
Yeah, that needs
I
to
feel
be
like that was a
reworded.
comment that someone accidentally copy pasted in there.
Yeah. So, okay. It is necessary to have an open discussion with the community to define the API endpoints for the supported programs. I would agree with that. Okay, I'm just gonna move on.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Bounty board. Each additional program will get a bounty assigned by the Backbone team. So defining the program and its instructions, defining the API endpoints. It's funded by a prize pool, which is set up by the DAO and Backbone team.
See, now this is where the
Interested to see
confusion is.
more.
Remember
Yeah.
earlier when they said that the MVP was just going to be the marketplace and we weren't sure
Yep.
of those 21? This is listing, I think, most of them. So
Okay,
does this mean
so
that
they're-
so Carlos's question is paramount now. Is the MVP going to end up being like a 20-point MVP?
Yeah, I wonder how much the bounty is for each of these.
I don't think it says.
Let's finish the whole section of the finances and then we'll come back.
Okay, I
Just in
would
case
agree
that
with that.
it gets, we get more
Yeah,
clarity.
it's down here. Okay, so the funding source was the DAO Treasury. That should be not DAO Treasury, it should be from the ecosystem fund, because we don't have access to the
That's
DAO
a good one.
Treasury.
Yeah.
Okay, so the ongoing costs, so that was the initial one-time startup. Okay, that makes sense. And then ongoing hosting and infrastructure, $50 a month. Optional stipends if uptime is more than 99%, $25 per month per program to create a
Ooh.
pool, further improve the product.
They put in performance parameters. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Emergency maintenance buffer, $200 per quarter. Monitoring, logging tools, 10 to 20 bucks, whatever those things, programs are. Community support, so Discord and discussion, 10 to 20 bucks a month. Okay, so that all makes sense to me. I think those numbers are low. Paying somebody 10 or 20 bucks a month for Discord, it seems super cheap to answer questions. My question on that part for ongoing costs is, are we going to get like billed monthly for this stuff? Is
No,
it
this will
like
be part of the total money disbursed. They're just saying where it's going to be located, and this is
right?
covering up to a year from what I see, which is our limit.
So 12 months. That's the one
So
thing I'm not seeing here is how many months.
Well,
I
when they
guess
do
my
the total
question.
summaries, they do it by a year.
Okay, maybe we should just keep going, like you said,
Yeah.
Carlos. Total summary: $2,700 is the MVP, including the marketplace program indexed. So the bounty here's the unknown for other programs. Let's say 10 programs at around 100 to 300 per initial setup, and then so that puts it at 2,000 for 10 programs at 200 average. Okay.
Okay.
Year upkeep 1920, so 160 monthly infrastructure and upkeep. Unknown up to $25 per program. Currently there are 19. We probably don't need them all or only parts we want. This needs cleaned up for sure, by the way. So $3,000 for 10 programs at $25. Yeah, it jumps
Okay, but
around. The
we do
formatting
get a
is not
total
great.
here. Yeah, we do get a
Say,
total
say
of
that
how
again.
much.
Okay. So the total is 9620. So they're asking to be approved for 9620, with the assumption that the other bounty ones are only going to be 100 to 300 per. So this is not terribly unlike the meetup one. So if it ends up being $100 per that they can find a bounty for, great. If it's 300, so be it. If it's 200,
Yeah,
but
some
they're only
might be
going
higher, some might be lower. I think as an average, that's probably a good funding. We just need to figure out when you place unknown in the PIP, that what are the repercussions to that once we need to disburse the money? Is this
right.
something that we're gonna wait to get that part of the payment, and that's gonna be contingent, and we're gonna set a maximum, or how are we gonna manage this? This is a little. This requires a little bit more conversation for sure. Or are
I
we
would
gonna
agree.
settle 2,000 as an average, and then with the bounties they'll figure it out.
Right. With the understanding that this is all you get, and I guess the Polis holders will have to know that you only have $2,000 for 10 programs, and you're rolling the dice that it's $200 average. It might end up being $800 average. Nobody
No,
knows at
because
this
we put the
point.
bounties.
Right.
It would end up to 800 if nobody wanted to do it and we really needed it, and we would start increasing the bid. But I don't think that's going to be the case.
Okay.
But
But
these are very good questions to have. And we would have to roll into all the comments of after this to see if that was already answered.
Right.
But it's not in the PIP, and that's what we need to decide what extra information we need on the PIP, so people reading just the PIP can do an informed decision.
Yeah. And also we as the fiduciary of this, as the people doling out the money and approving, hey, yep, let's send whatever, we need to know. I guess that leads me to the question of if 9620 gets approved, how do we dole that out? Like, we are you guys asking for it all up front, or are you asking for it um, after the MVP? We need to know when you're expecting this distribution, all one lump sum, or monthly, or weekly, or we as council who have to do this stuff need to know um,
Yeah,
some of
we
that.
have four milestones. Normally, we would pay a big chunk ahead, and then it would be a matter of deciding if they want the rest given by milestones or at the end of the week 8, or
Right.
if they have a different idea in mind.
Right. Monthly, if it's $160 a month for infrastructure and upkeep, like, are you guys expecting to be paid monthly, quarterly, to get
I think
reimbursed?
that would be paid in advance, in my opinion, because we cannot make it too complex, because then it's just layers of complication with the foundation and getting the the stuff done and accounted for. I think it would be easier if we set 2 or 3 milestones. But let's see what they have in mind. We definitely need to speak with them a little bit more.
Yeah. Do we as council? No, we can have the conversation in their PIP draft so everyone can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't
I
think we
agree
need
with
to
you.
spend a whole ton of time on this then, since we just need more clarification. So let's have a conversation, guys.
Yeah, I did 2,700 plus 2,000 plus 9,200 and then plus 3,000. That equals 9,620. So I think that unknown portion is just followed up right behind it by that 2,000 and 3,000. So the math checks out.
Yeah.
It's just the formatting of it.
Yeah, the formatting, and then also the milestones, some clarification. Because we as council don't want, like, if we're setting up monthly payments, yeah, it's a conversation. So let's have that conversation, guys.
Yeah. So far we normally done 1 or 2 milestones.
Right.
As far as disbursements, because that makes our life, the foundation life, and the author's life easier.
Yeah.
I wouldn't recommend to have monthly disbursements with our current structure, because that's just
Yeah, I
asking
agree.
for
I agree.
frustration.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Almost done.
you guys either float a few months worth, or we float in advance a few months worth, something like that. So okay,
Yeah.
we can
Good to go.
go. We're gonna finish this one. We're gonna do it.
Almost.
The revenue potential to ensure long-term sustainability and create potential returns for the DAO as the funder. The RDH may incorporate revenue generating mechanisms in future iterations, such as tiered API access plans for commercial users with rate limits or advanced query access, premium data endpoints or historical data exports for enterprise level consumers, attribution-based revenue share attribution. Yeah, I said that right. For contributors and DAO-held infrastructure, integration service fees for projects seeking tailored data into ingestion or analytical support. Any revenue generated would be routed through DAO governed wallets and can be reinvested into RDH operations or broader Star Atlas ecosystem initiatives.
I
That would
don't know
be
about that
great if we
last
could.
sentence.
So
Wouldn't.
basically, they are showing the potentials for revenue, but as a way of reinvesting in the system, and not as a way for them to gain, uh, you know, monetary gains. I mean, The idea is for this to become self-sustainable and not for them to enrich themselves.
Well, what I meant was DAO governed wallets. That's what I was looking at. The rest
Any
of it seems
revenue
fine.
generated would be routed. So if they start charging for a tiered API, the wallet that gets the money would be one of the multi-sig or the DAO, one of not ours, one of the DAO's wallets.
So when they
That's
say DAO
great. So
wallet,
they wouldn't even.
they mean the DAO Treasury wallet, the one that ecosystem
No, I
Yeah.
think
building one.
it would be to create a multi-sig where the DAO is involved because the DAO has control of this because they funded it.
But when we say the DAO, they mean us, right?
No, well, the DAO,
Yes,
not
I think it
the
would mean the
council.
foundation. I think it would mean that the automata or the foundation to create a multi-sig wallet where whomever the council is involved and we're able to get the returns.
So a multi-sig like we have for the Iris bounty.
I would imagine that this would be also a good thing to ask and get clarification.
Okay, maybe
But the
they
important
don't
thing
really
is,
know. I wouldn't expect them to know.
yeah,
I guess good DAO governed wallets is probably fine language, and then
yeah.
if it passes, we'll work with Automata to figure out what that's supposed to translate into. Okay, I'm good.
Correct.
And
I'm
this
good.
is
Just potential.
only.
This is not part of the MVP.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
I'm
do
good.
personally like that they put that in here. I love that they're looking out for the DAO.
Yeah.
Like if we can generate some money for the DAO, great, and we will do that. I love that. I love that they put that in here.
Yeah, I think it's cool that they're thinking ahead.
Yeah.
All right.
Additional details: conflicts of interest, none declared. The contributors are volunteer or funded via grants.
Okay.
Okay. Open discussion, invite third parties for a discussion on what's needed for third parties to use API. Cool.
Invite third parties for discussion on
So
what's
like work
needed.
with, I'm assuming that means like work with the developer channel. Like if anyone who's wanting to write something and they need something else, the Backbones team is inviting them to talk to them to see if they need something else.
Okay. Do you think
For
under the
third parties
conflict
to
of
use the API.
do you think under the conflict of interest, do they need to disclose that SegWit helped them? And that SegWit was
No.
No? Okay. All right. If you don't, then I'm good. Carlos?
Yeah, no, I don't think there's any conflict there.
Okay. Then I'm good. Look at that. 59 minutes.
All right. So from my notes with my rubric, it has all the parts that it needs, and all the parts have the essential information they need. However, we have a few notes. I have on my side on the summary section that I would like a total budget. So that same number that was thrown at the end, it could be part of the summary. About $10,000 for this and that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be exact, but that would give people already an idea of what are we talking about.
Yep.
Then my other notes I have on the stakeholder impact, clarification difference between core team and backbones. On the implementation details, I have the clarification on the subsequent versions, if they are part of this PIP or not. And I think they are. They are just the bounties, right? So I think we got this answer. What do you guys think?
Yeah. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm going to
I
delete
didn't
this
see
one
anything
then.
that was humongous or that needed to change right away. Just some term clarifications. Make the amount a little bit more bold. That 9290, and I like a lot of other little minor stuff that I wrote down for myself. Emperor, I have a few for you as well.
For
Did
me.
you write them down?
No, I didn't write
Yeah,
anything down. I don't take notes.
You were reading. So you said
you're right.
recommend change key concepts to key terms. Recommend inputting what public channels and which Discord information under specifications. You said a little bit more clarification on the implementation details. And you agree with Carlos and I about clarifying the core team as Automata core team, if that's who they're referring to. And then later on in the cost and resource, you said recommend cleaning it up a little bit and the formatting for the unknown parts.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, on that section I have um, to change to the DAO ecosystem fund instead of the DAO treasury, bounty budget and how it will be handled, which kind of that we need a little more clarification how that's going to be done. Funding milestones, if we're going to pay, in 1 or 2 or 3 parts, or with each milestone that they have 4 listed. Revenue potential, wallet clarification, just to
Okay.
make sure that we are understanding what they're trying to say.
Yeah. Good to go, man. I think that was very efficient.
Love it. You too. Okay, we're done. I'm done.
Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah,
Carlos, you got anything for us?
No, not regarding this PIP. The only thing I think we should do is just read those comments that came after. I haven't caught up since the 21st, so I'll take a look at the last few
Comments
comments.
in the Rogue Data HUD
In
thread.
the dis.
And
Yeah.
there's been really important feedback by Titi Donovan, that is one of the developer from the team, from the Star Atlas team. He seemed a little rubbed off wrong with the PIP at first, but it seems like he's coming to like it now. It's grown on him, and he's been giving in really important feedback.
Yeah, him and Soulwalker. So Soulwalker is part of the Backbone team, and the two of them seem to be really like exchanging technical information to try and figure some stuff out.
Yeah.
All right, I will post these meeting minutes in the Rogue Data HUD thread for them to see. Do we want to do one next week because of the community week?
What do you mean?
That's gonna be
Meeting?
interesting.
Yeah. Do we want to remain unaffected? They got the community things all next week.
Do we have any events on Saturday?
I don't
can't
think
remember.
so. Hold on, let me check. I put them all on my calendar just so I could make it. We have no, they do not.
Okay, so let's tentatively leave it, and we'll meet next Saturday.
And our
On
thing is in order, Carlos. Yeah,
yeah.
everything's ready. Man, that's so awesome. It's gonna be so good. All right, man.
I do want to go over the Valencia meetup.
Okay.
I recommend that we go ahead and do it. 10 people, $500. They're gonna have dinner and beers at a beachfront restaurant in Valencia with the Spanish community, and they threw out some event location possibilities. So
Yeah, it's gonna be lunch now. We're gonna meet about 3 p.m. I believe it was a reservation made.
Oh, you're gonna be there?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna be reporting live for the DAO.
boom.
Make sure they take their pictures, or else.
That is
And
gonna
a
be
video.
Well, that's gonna be
no.
Wednesday the 6th. Santi is gonna be there, and a bunch of the Spanish community people. Is gonna be fun. We're gonna have paella.
Paella. Picadillo.
Yeah.
Paella. All right. So
And,
Valencia.
Are you familiar with paella, Emperor?
No, I don't have a clue what you're talking about.
That's the rice with seafood that is Spanish, that is very famous.
Arroz con pescado.
Well,
Something like that.
actually, the Valencia paella, it's normally made with rabbit.
Rabbit.
Yeah, it's with rabbit,
Oh,
and
okay.
it
I
doesn't
wasn't
have
expecting
seafood.
that one.
You can have a seafood paella, but the traditional Valencia paella is without seafood.
I
Fun
vote.
fact.
I vote. We approve. Right? Or is that what we're doing?
Yep.
We're voting.
Yeah.
Okay, Carlos.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I shouldn't vote on that because I'm gonna
That's true.
assist. I'm
Conflict of
gonna be one of the
interest.
guys eating that. But it's organized by the Star Atlas. It's organized by Santi.
Yeah,
He's
I
gonna
don't
be
think it's a
there.
conflict of interest, even though you're going. You're not the
Yeah,
one
I would agree.
organizing it.
I mean,
Because eventually we're gonna ideally we would all meet up at some point, and it's gonna be a conflict. Attendance is not a conflict of interest, in my opinion.
Don't hold your breath.
Yeah.
We're gonna go visit you though.
You don't want to come to
Alright.
Nebraska?
The Nebraska meetup.
Hey, what's going on, partner?
It's
We do
it's for
not talk
two, his
like that.
emperor and his dog.
We do not talk like that,
You
dude.
sure?
I met up with Falcor last weekend, and I
How did
actually
it go?
thought about applying for the Iris Bounty and approving myself. But it was good. It's so cool meeting people in real life.
Yeah.
There's just something special about it. So
All right,
it's
so
really
we
fun.
have I recorded that we voted to approve what the initial application.
Yep.
Correct.
They just have to follow through with their part now. So
Cool. All right, 10 people, $500 in Valencia, Spain. Have some fun and eat some paella.
love it.
I'm excited. That's the 6th, and then the 23rd we have the Comet one in Cologne. So
Yep.
Oh, Cologne, Germany.
yeah, and I'm gonna be going to that one too.
Dang. All right.
And needless to say, I got in trouble with my wife when I booked the 6th, but I told her after.
Yeah.
Like, by
right,
the
I'm-
way. So my
I'm
my
ready.
birthday is next Monday, and we were gonna do a little trip here, and now we're not doing it.
This coming
Apparently,
Monday is in 2 days from now.
yeah.
Feliz cumpleaños.
Gracias. So yeah, we were going to do a little trip to York, and now we are not because apparently we don't have
Gotcha.
money for that. If I am going to the other two trips.
Oh no. So she's definitely mad at you.
Yeah.
All right, man. That's all I got. Emperor, you're good. Carlos, you good?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. We will see y'all throughout the week, probably. Right? A bunch of stuff going on. Take a look at that
Oh,
Oh, yeah,
it's
new
gonna be a good week.
roles in Discord. Go hit that little button if you want to stay involved in the community week. It's a bunch of stuff going on.
There
See y'all
is.
next week.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Any questions for anyone before we all? Well, yeah, they all leave, but if anyone has a question.
Oh, it's over.